Alright guys, sorry I am just now getting back to you. I hope that y'all are having a fabulous Tuesday. I'm going to make this DBQ do after spring break because I know it's really weird right now, but next week will actually be our spring break, even though a lot of us have had to cancel our plans. So let's say that this project is going to be due by April the 17th. So that's next Friday. Right now, let's go over document C, and I'll read it, and it's over Macbeth. And again, remember that you always want to look at the story notes. And the story note here says Lady Macbeth awaits Macbeth's return after the murder of Duncan. So you know that Macbeth at this point has already murdered Duncan. And the big thing that he did that was stupid was he brought back their murder weapon. And that was when Lady Macbeth told him that he wasn't a man and said, just give me the weapons and I'm going to go take them and I have to do the job myself and I'll set the guards up. And at that point, she takes the daggers and she actually takes blood out of Duncan that's from him stab wounds, smears it all over the guards. And then she comes back to Macbeth and tells him, hey, look, my hands are as bloody as yours, but I'm not crying, whining, or having a fit, so you need to suck it up. And we did what we had to do. We got it done, so go get a handle on yourself, and let's act like nothing's happened. So here Lady Macbeth says, alack, I'm afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss 'em. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. Enter Macbeth, my husband. So here, pretty much Lady Macbeth says, hey, I would have killed him myself had he not looked like my father. So she said, I didn't kill him because he looked like her father, she says. But she also left the murder weapons out for Macbeth to make it easy for him. So Macbeth comes in and says, I have done the deed. So you know the deed is he killed Duncan. Okay? And Lady Macbeth says, go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? Uh-oh, he brought the murder weapon. You don't do that. They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy grooms. And the sleepy grooms here, again, they're telling you that is the servants with the blood. So they're going to set them up. So set up for murder. And Macbeth says, I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not. He's got some guilt going on. He actually cares. And Lady Macbeth says, infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. So enters Lady Macbeth. She says, my hands are your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Again, saying, suck it up. Be like a man. So she is pretty much shaming him here. And so let's look at the questions. So the questions for document C says, what has Lady Macbeth laid ready so that Macbeth could not miss them? She laid ready the daggers. She had them laid out ready for him, pretty much set him up. She's made him like, you gonna do this because I want to be queen kind of thing. So she laid the daggers ready. They belong to the Duncan servants. Macbeth is supposed to use them to kill. And a little backup story here, if you remember as you were reading, Lady Macbeth almost roofied the guards. She gave them pills or like maybe crushed them up something in their alcohol, so when they drank, it made them pass out, and they don't even know where they're at right now. They're just passed out, like stone dead, passed out. So number 2, why does Lady Macbeth say she did not kill Duncan herself? She says that she would have killed him if he hadn't looked like her father. And it's a rare moment here that you kind of see that Lady Macbeth doesn't want to kill, but then like it winds up not bothering her afterwards. Number 3, what is Macbeth supposed to do with the daggers? He was supposed to leave them on the guards and make it look like they killed Duncan by smearing them with blood, but instead he gets guilty and he gets scared and he makes a mistake and he brings them back with him. 4, how does Lady Macbeth fix Macbeth's mistake? She tries to get Macbeth to return the daggers to the scene of the crime. He says he won't go, so Lady Macbeth grabs them and says, just let me do it. And number 5, my hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Pretty much here. It's talking about him returning the daggers. Lady Macbeth's hands are red with blood. The second part of the line could mean that she would be ashamed to have such a pale, weak heart as Macbeth. It could also be interpreted to mean that she is ashamed that her own heart is white or pure, and she didn't commit the actual murder, but she still feels guilty, and she's having to finish the job for Macbeth. Number 6, what evidence is there in this document that Macbeth is in control of carrying out Duncan's murder? So when you go to write your paper, this is the key question with the paragraph as Macbeth in control of his own future. And the answer here is Macbeth is the one who actually murders Duncan. As he says, I have done the deed. Even Lady Macbeth couldn't bring herself to kill the king because his resemblance to her father roused her conscience. What evidence is there in this document that Lady Macbeth is in control of carrying out Duncan's murder? This is for that paragraph when you write it about how much control does Lady Macbeth have. This is the answer to that one. It says she promotes the murder in crucial ways. She gets the daggers ready. She returns the daggers to the crime scene when Macbeth refuses to do so. In addition, she shows herself to be in control when she charges Macbeth with being infirm of purpose. This underscores her own reserve. Alright, so this is document C. I will continue on with the next one in the next post.